Okay, so the first entry, April 1st, bank account debtor to 8% debentures account. As in my question, the income tax amount is given directly. So we understand that 7 lakh is the number of debentures issued. So 7 lakh into 100, the face value, because it is issued at par. That will give you 7 crore. Then find out the interest. So 7 crore. Bank account debtor to 8% debentures account, the amount is 7 crore. Now the second journal entry on September 30th, what happens? Interest is due. Interest due, 8% debenture interest account debtor. We found out the interest, 7 crore into 8 by 100, the interest rate, into, it is half yearly, so 6 by 12. 6 by 12. That will give you 28 lakhs. Okay, 28 lakhs. Now, how much is the tax? We are not going to pay this 28 lakh. From this 28 lakh, first tax has to be paid, and whatever amount is left, that is the amount paid to debenture holders. So, tax is equal to 28 lakhs into 10 by 100, as it is 10% in your question. So you get the same amount as in my question, 2,80,000. So income tax payable account, 2,80,000. What is left? 28 lakh minus 2,80,000. Amount is 25 lakhs 20,000. That is the amount to be paid to debenture holders. Next, it is paid. Interest is paid. So what happens? Debenture holders account debtor to bank. Again, the second time. Next time, it is half yearly. So the second part. Interest becomes due. Same repeats. Payment is done. Interest payment is done. Okay. Now, how much is the tax paid? 2,80,000 plus 2,80,000. 5,60,000 has to be deposited with the government. Payment has to be made. Income tax payable account debtor to bank. Now this payment of interest, we have to show it in the profit and loss account as an expense. It has to be debited in the profit and loss account. How much? 28 lakh plus 28 lakh. 2 times. It is paid. Okay. So 56 lakh. It is debited to profit and loss account. debenture interest to debenture interest. Okay, so this is about interest on debentures. Interest on debentures. Why are all the videos off except Aparna? Please keep your videos on. Now this, if this is over, open the textbook, take the next topic, writing off discount or loss on issue of debentures. The loss on issue of debentures. This discount on issue of debentures or the loss on issue of debentures, both of these, they have to be written off. Okay? Actually, they are considered as fictitious assets. Fictitious assets. Now, what do you understand by fictitious assets? Okay, complete it. Complete the problem, give me a thumbs up. Those who have completed, give me a thumbs up. Then I'll start with the next topic. All the videos are off. How will I know whether you're writing or not? Pavitra, Basil, Irfan, Hadi is facing network issue. Febina also. Shubham, if you have completed, please give me a thumbs up. Writing off discount or loss on issue of debentures. When do you find such items? What is that situation where this discount on issue of debentures is shown in the journal entry?
Issued a discount or a day order.
Very good, Anjo. Thank you so much for the answer. Yes, when the debentures are issued on a discount, you give debit to discount on issue of debentures. And also, how about the loss on issue of debentures? Which is that case? Last day, previous day, we discussed the topic. Yes. When did we use that term, loss on issue of debentures account? That was when we discussed the journal entries related to issue and redemption of debentures. When it is issued at a discount, redeemed at premium. Issued at par, redeemed at premium. Remember? Okay. So the losses, they are actually the losses incurred by the company when the issue of debentures are done. They are actually loss. These losses, we have to write it off. How to cancel this? Writing off discount or loss on issue of debentures. These items are considered as fictitious asset. Fictitious assets or capital loss. What are fictitious assets now? What do you understand by fictitious assets? Anyone? Fictitious assets, what are they? Karthik, can you say the answer?
Ma'am, which has no existence.
The assets, you're right, the assets which are imaginary. I mean, they are items which are imaginary. They are actually fake, but we show it under the head asset in the balance sheet. Can you name some examples?
Goodwill.
Goodwill, no. Yes. Goodwill is both intangible. Goodwill is intangible and fictitious asset, but we don't write it off. Okay. Then
Patent. Copyright.
No, they are intangible assets. Are they considered as fictitious assets? Let me check. I'll let you know. Okay, they are intangible assets and something else? Anything else? Preliminary expenses, deferred revenue expenditure. These are all the fictitious assets. Okay, do you know how is it like? How do we deal with it? Advertisement, the marketing expenses, advertisement expenses. These all we consider as fictitious assets. Why? Because, see, suppose a company creating an advertisement. You might have seen the advertisements of Kalyan Jewelers, Malabar Gold, with the casting Amitabh Bachchan, Kareena Kapoor, huge stars. So these advertisement, not only that, but still, I just mentioned it. These advertisement, they incur huge amounts. Expenses are very high. And these expenses, if suppose this new ad, it is created this year. Okay. And with that advertisement, definitely the company will be making some benefit. It is after seeing such advertisements that public go and purchase the goods or purchase, the company gets the benefit. It is after the release of these advertisement, which is incurred in this year. Okay, so the benefits are spread over a number of years. See, do you think this ad of Kalyan Jewelers and all, if you have noticed, they release an advertisement and the next advertisement will be minimum after 2 years. They won't create advertisement frequently. Every month they are not making new advertisements. If you have noticed, just think about it now. If one advertisement is released, then the next one will be after some time. There will be a time gap. So what they expect is that one advertisement, its benefit will be received in the upcoming years. So if suppose, let's take advertisement, it incurred 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees. Okay, they deal with crores and crores, but I'm taking 1 lakh rupees. And this advertisement, the expense which is incurred 1 lakh rupees, it is incurred this year, say 2021. But the company expect the benefits in the next upcoming years, 2022, 23, 24, 25. Maybe this particular company, they have decided to take the next advertisement only after 5 years. Okay, because they are incurring huge investment. I mean, huge expenses. Amounts are very huge. Okay, so it is only after 5 years they are going to create the next advertisement. So this 1 lakh rupees benefit is received expected in the next upcoming years. So what they do is this 1 lakh rupees, they will write it off. They have incurred 1 lakh rupees. So they are not going to write this full 1 lakh rupees in this 2021. What they do is they will write off in the upcoming years equally, 5 years. So we expect that, okay, we'll write off 20,000 in the next year. So what is the amount left? 80,000. Out of this 1 lakh, 20,000 is written off this particular year. Okay, now we have 80,000 left. Again, in next year, we'll write off 20,000. So what is the amount left now? 60,000. Likewise, 20,000, 20,000. It will be distributed. The expense will be distributed in the upcoming years. The whole amount is not charged on that particular year itself. Instead of that, this is written off as in the upcoming years. Okay, that is how we deal with these fictitious assets. So here we are talking about the laws on issue of debentures as well as discount on issue of debentures. How to deal with this now? This also is written off in this way, like in the upcoming years. From the profit and loss account, we write it in the profit and loss account expense side. It is indirect expense, so we mention it in the profit and loss account. Either they can write it off that way. From the profits, they'll write off. They'll debit it in the profit and loss account. Or else, sometimes they will make use of the securities premium reserve account. Remember the securities premium reserve account? When I explained to you, I told you that fund, that is the extra money collected by the way of issue of debentures or shares. If it is in the case of shares, that way, or debentures, this way. Okay, so that money, if there is fund in the securities premium reserve account, that the company will make use of this securities premium reserve account to write off the discount on issue of debentures or loss. There are two ways. Either they can write it off using the securities premium reserve account or by debiting it to profit and loss account. Is it clear? So this amount, we are writing it off in the upcoming years. The whole amount is not charged. Okay? It is all based on the amount available. What is the amount? If it is for the 1 year, then it's fine. In the single year, we'll write it off. So the journal entry will be, if it is from the profit and loss account, then the journal entry will be profit and loss account debtor to discount or loss on issue of debentures. Clear? Or if it is using the securities premium reserve account, then the entry becomes securities premium reserve account debtor to discount on discount or loss on issue of debentures. Please read that writing off discount or loss on issue of debentures. Read the paragraph, understand the meaning and the journal entry. If capital profits are available, did you find that statement? If there is capital profits, then we'll make use of the securities premium reserve account. If it is not there, then we'll write it off from the profit and loss account. So what is this capital profit? Capital profit, what is that? Capital profit and capital loss. You see both the terms, capital loss, capital profit. Capital profits means the profits that are earned either by the sale of assets. You sell an asset, as asset was worth 50,000. It is sold for 60,000. So there you get a profit. That is capital profit. Or by the way of raising capital, the profits earned on raising of capital. Raising of capital, that is issue of shares or debentures. That means the securities premium reserve account. And capital loss means what now? It is the reduction in the value of an asset or investment. The value of an investment has come down, decreased. Then that will result in a capital loss. So is that portion clear? If there is sufficient capital profits available, that means if there is fund in the securities premium reserve account, then we will make use of that to write off the discount or loss on issue of debentures. Entry will be securities premium reserve account debtor to loss on issue of debentures. If it is not there, then we'll write it off using the revenue profits, that is profit and loss account. Okay. Now the next topic is methods of redemption of debentures. Methods of redemption of debentures. Methods. What are the various methods used to redeem the debentures? How do you make this repayment? See, what is redemption? Repayment of debentures. You have collected debentures of 1 lakh rupees. Yes. After some particular period of time, this has to be repaid. The 10 lakh, how much? 1 lakh. 1 lakh rupees should be repaid. Am I right? So the same amount has to be repaid back to the debenture holders. So for that, they need this money 1 lakh. How do they make this arrangement for the money? What are the methods that the company adopt to give back this amount to debenture holders? From where do they take this 1 lakh rupees and give them? Do you understand? How do the company arrange this fund for the repayment? What are the methods that they use to arrange this fund for the repayment to the debenture holders? That is the methods of redemption of debentures. Okay. You can see there are 4 methods, and there is one more method, sinking fund method, in your textbook. So methods of redemption of debentures, you can find the 4 methods on the board. Payment in lump sum, payment in installments, purchase in open market, conversion into shares or new debentures. Okay. So, first one, payment in lump sum. You are familiar with these terms? Payment in lump sum. That means a single repayment. The whole amount is given at one lump sum. After some period, all amount together, it is given in single installment. Yes, that is payment in lump sum. How to do this? Within this, you may note, redemption may be out of fresh issue. Fresh issue. See, they had borrowed 1 lakh rupees. Every year they are making interest payments are done, and after that particular time period, the full amount has to be repaid back. So now this 1 lakh rupees is required to give it back. How to do this? For that, one of the method is by making fresh issue. That means the company will issue either shares, new shares, the next bunch of shares or next bunch of debentures to raise capital, to raise fund. That is called fresh issue. Redemption out of fresh issue. Redemption out of fresh issue. Okay. The next method is redemption out of profits. So the first one is clear, no? Fresh issue. The company will again say, if suppose it is after 5 years. After 5 years, they have to give this amount back. So after 5 years, what they do? They issue next set of shares or another set of debentures to another public or whoever it is. They issue new set of shares or debentures, collect fund, then they'll give this, then they make the payment of this 1 lakh. That is fresh issue. That is clear. Second one is redemption out of profits. Redemption out of profit means every year from the profits available to the company, they will set aside some amount. You understand? The company, if it is making profits, okay, company is making profits. Out of this profit, from this profit, they will set aside some money every year. Every year from their profits, they'll set aside some money into another account that is called debenture redemption reserve account. Debenture redemption reserve account. Okay, they will set aside some money to debenture redemption reserve account. So they every year, see there are 5 years. For all the 5 years, they'll be keeping aside some money in the debenture redemption reserve account. So at the end of the 5 year, you will have this money. They'll take the money required from this particular account and they will pay off the debentures. Clear? That is the second method. Now there is one more, that is redemption out of capital. Third one. All these belong to payment in lump sum, okay? Lump sum. I mean, we are discussing about lump sum now. So, as a single installment, the full amount is, we have to repay the full amount. So, what to do? They can go for either of these options. Redemption out of capital. Redemption out of capital. Redemption out of capital. Usually, the companies don't go for this. Only when there is no money, no sufficient money in the debenture redemption reserve account, then only they will go for this option, redemption out of capital. It's time up. It's 12:40 now. We'll continue in the next class. Okay. So we are discussing about methods of redemption of debentures. Redemption out of capital. We stopped with redemption out of capital. That means they will sell some of their assets. Okay, capital means it is with the capital that we buy the assets. So by making use of the assets, by selling the assets, or that way, by making use of the capital, they will pay off the debenture holders. Okay, enough. Thank you so much. See you on Saturday.